Hello, Pierce parents. Welcome to our week 8 lesson that we're going to be delivering on Friday. Now that your participants have been practicing slipping in and trading information during out-of-group phone calls and with the group, our plan is to develop their friendships even further. So the best way to foster a close friendship is by being involved in regular get-togethers. Get-together is when you have a friend over in your home to visit. So get-togethers can also take place outside of your home or in the community. On Friday's session, we're going to be learning the rules of having get-togethers, and we'll be practicing these skills in the group. Okay, so after this session, the major responsibility you will each have is to help your participant organize a get-together with a friend. And during this get-together, you're going to be monitoring the activities. Therefore, it'd be best if these get-togethers happened in your home if possible. In the event that you cannot organize a get-together, we're going to suggest online get-togethers as well over Zoom or Teams. Okay, so get-togethers are a way to form closer and meaningful friendships. So we found some peers that we've been having conversations with. So now let's develop those even further by organizing get-togethers. We're going to talk about some activities that get-togethers should be based on. So a get-together should be activity-based. So we have a list here. You guys have this in your parent handout. We're going to review these with our participants. Having an activity for a get-together kind of gives a cover story for that get-together. So it gives you a reason to have a get-together. It lessens the pressure of keeping a conversation going. It gives you something to do. So how do you plan a successful get-together? And what are the different phases of a get-together? Okay, so starting, we're going to talk about how to plan a get-together. So what are some things we have to have in order? So we'll call it the 5 W's. We'll review those in a little bit. And then there's different phases of a get-together. Okay, so planning, using the 5 W's. Who's going to be there? What are you going to do? When's it going to happen? How is it going to happen? And then preparing for the get-together. So that will be a huge part that you will take part in, is getting everything ready, how to begin, how to follow the rules during the get-together, and ending the get-together. So here's how we plan it. We talk about the 5 W's. So beforehand, decide who you're going to invite over. We're going to decide what we're going to do. We're going to have some options in our get-togethers. So, you know, when you invite someone over, have a few options so that you're not just stuck choosing something. Have a game, have a movie you could watch, just have some options that you could do while they're there. Or maybe you'll plan to go out and do something together and it's already decided. Make sure you plan when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen. We suggest your place for now so that you can monitor these, and how this is going to be facilitated. Okay, so in preparation, once you've decided that, make sure you make a follow-up call. We're going to say this is very important to finalize plans, because sometimes we just talk about it one time and then we don't talk about it again, and your friends or even you are unsure if this is going to happen. So make a follow-up call or text to finalize the plans and just confirm them. Clean up your space, have refreshments ready to share, put away anything you're not willing for others to see, share, or touch. We don't want to have conflict during this time or anything uncomfortable happen. And have other activities ready to go just in case, you know, activity 1 doesn't go well. We want to suggest something else if it's not going well. All right, we're going to look at some videos. So how do you begin a get-together? So when your guest arrives, how do you start it? We're going to look at a video with Elena beginning a get-together incorrectly. So in this video, she answers her door. She doesn't really say hello. She doesn't welcome her guest in. She doesn't show them around. They're really uncomfortable. So this is an error that you could make, and that would start the activity off really uncomfortably. Then we're going to look at the flip side like we always do when she does it correctly. So in the right one, and the one where she makes her guests feel comfortable, we're greeting the guest, we're inviting them in, we're going to introduce them to our parents or if anyone else is in the house, show them around so that they're comfortable with the space, offer them a food or drink so they feel welcome, and then ask them what they would like to do. Have some options. We're going to look at this for online because having an online get-together is an option as well. So very similar. You're just not going to invite them in. You're going to be welcoming them to your meeting. And then here's some rules for during the get-together. So we've learned how to prepare it, how to begin it. So during the get-together, we're just going to discuss some of this. Make sure your get-together is activity-based, so you have something to do. So you're not just sitting there in silence, bored. Have this pre-planned. Allow your guests to pick an activity. Make sure you're being a good sport. You're praising your guests, you're being kind, and go with the flow in the moment. But remember, friendship is a choice. So, we're going to be kind. And remember that we made the choice of the friendship. And if it's not going well, we don't have to invite them for a second get together, but in the moment, we need to go with the flow. So if the activity that we're doing isn't going well, we can make a suggestion for another one, or also plan a cover story to end the activity. Okay, so we're going to go over this with them as well. And this is something that you can plan with them as well. So what's our cover story if we need to end the activity? Right, so during, again, be kind, give compliments, be loyal to your friends. We want these friends to want to come back. We're trying to build a friendship, right? So don't invite other people unexpectedly into your get-togethers. Go with the plan that you created. Don't tease your friends. Stick up for them. Make them want to hang out with you again. Proper behavior so that we're trying to build this friendship. More rules during the get-together. So don't police your friends. So if they're not following the rules of the game, don't just continue to call them out. It's not going your way, don't ignore them. If you're getting bored, suggest a change in activity. So this is, again, why we say have a few different activities available. I'd like to play something else. What do you feel about this? Or let's go over here and do something else. Have some suggestions. So rather than just getting upset and wanting to end the get together, let's have another route that we can take. Make sure we're trading information 50% of the time, same as conversations. We're not going to be a conversation hog. And we always suggest to keep the first get together short and sweet. So for a get together, that means like 1 to 2 hours. End it there. Obviously, this is activity based, but once we get to know our friends better, we can have longer get-togethers. And then how we end a get-together. So have those cover stories for ending it, have a reason, have a time that it's going to end, and make sure you thank your guests for coming and say goodbye. Maybe tell them that you'd like to see them again if it went really well. We're going to look at some videos so that they can see this modeled. So Elena's going to end a get together the wrong way. She's just going to get up and leave. She's not going to thank them, etc. And then we're going to talk about what she could have done better and watch a video with her doing it the right way. So waiting for a pause in the activity. Don't just get up in the middle of the activity and end it. Give a cover story for ending the get together. So why this needs to end. Likely it will be time's up or someone will be coming to pick up your guest. Walk your friend to the door, thank them for coming over, tell them you had a nice time, say you'll see them later, say goodbye. Again, we'll review this online, very similar. And then we're going to take time and practice. So we're going to break into groups. We're going to model this. We're going to take time practicing all the stages of a get together in our group so that we get the feel of how it goes. So waiting for a pause in the activity, we're going to practice giving a cover story, thanking them from ending. Thanking them for coming and hanging out. So these are how we're going to practice ending them. Tell them you had a nice time, say goodbye, see you later. So we'll take time to practice starting it and ending it so that we know the flow of how these get-togethers are going to go. And then we're going to review our homework. So I'm not going to bring up the parent handout today, but your parent handout is in the email and it has all of this listed here. So the homework is the same for week 8. So we said we weren't going to do any more in-group calls, but I think Bethany and I had a chat, and for the purpose of our group, and I know that some of you are still working on finding peers and friendships outside of the group to get together with, we are also going to practice an online get together with a member of peers. So we're going to get the participants in groups like we did for the calls, and we're going to pre-plan an online get together with someone in our group. It's also a good chance to really practice starting, ending a get together and practice planning using those 5 W's. So during class at the end of our session on Friday, we'll break our participants into groups. We'll plan a time that the get together is going to happen, and then we'll let you guys know. These get togethers can be shorter. Choose a game to play online or a show and tell or 20 questions and practice planning it with your participant. We do also want to encourage you to get together with friends. So you have been building relationships and having calls with peers outside of our group. So if you have those people lined up, and I know that some of you do, try to have a get together in this next week. So practice identifying who you might have a get together with. It can be in person or online. In person would be fantastic. Choose an activity for get together, choose a day and a time, okay? Continue to enroll in your extracurricular activities or social activities. We know that you guys are lining those up, so keep that going. Reminder, group members should be around the same age and activity-based or based on your participants' common interest. So something that they like to do where they can engage in it with others. And then continue to take time practicing starting, entering, and exiting conversations. So we'll practice online, but also take time to practice at home. So if you're not even out in public with other peers, if you get that chance, great, but practice at home, with you, the parents or family members, in person. So just entering, starting, and exiting conversations. All right, and that is our session for Friday. We're going to continue with the parent session following that one afterwards at 11:30. The link is in the email. If you have any questions prior to Friday, please feel free to message Bethany and I. And if not, we'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.